my people, my people, my peeps. Welcome. All right. So this is Mitch, of course, straight out of JA. You see, people, we are going through a phase. There's something in the atmosphere that the very first video I mentioned it. Persons are confused, lost, uncertain. And as such, that which is in the atmosphere, it's kind of bombarding a lot of people because it's as if there's a shift in our energy. And some of us can handle it, some can't. Some of us don't even know what I'm talking about, while others do. All right? Some of us are quite sensitive. And that is what pushed me to really try and come out and get a word out on What Up Word, this session on Wednesdays, 3:30 Eastern Standard Time, yeah, same time zone, and live on Facebook. Now, you see, last week we spoke about fear, all right? And I gave some challenges and I put it out there. I don't know if anybody took it, but I hope you tried, because then that's a start that we're indeed on a move. This week we're going to talk about doubt. Now, in turning this, I have no idea how it will reflect. D-O-U-B-T, doubt. Oftentimes when life does not meet our expectations, we are forced to step back and look in ourselves and reevaluate our beliefs and our actions. And we find ourselves questioning the things that we accept to be true because we're born hearing it, or our parents practice it. So we think that's the way and that's the norm, but that's not necessarily so. Before I go in depth, I want you to just imagine. Take a little trip with me, but this trip is going to center around you as an individual. Life, just imagine your life. Imagine your life without fear and doubt. No stress, no problem. Just you, one-to-one, with the world, taking on the world. No fear, no doubt. Nothing, just you, doing you. No feelings of uncertainty or any lack, with a lack of confidence, lack of intelligence, thinking that you're incompetent. Imagine that world of you in your world. No fear, no doubt, no uncertainty. What would that life be like for you? Would you be in that world, that imaginary world that we're in? Would you be the same place that you're at now? Or would you be a force to reckon with? Breaking barriers, accomplishing goals after goals after goals, feeling unstoppable, being invincible, feeling superhuman, probably Superman, or even Wonder Woman, having no limits, no stoppage, just going. I mean, fulfilling your purpose, maneuvering your destiny. Why will let fear and doubt conquer a soul? If you can imagine it, you can actually apply it. Why will let fear and doubt conquer a soul? Some of us probably can sing the hit song, making hits after hits after hits, even now. But some of us are still at the same place that we were 10, 20, 30 years ago. Why? Because we're too comfortable. We're too settled. We're too in our imaginary box. Now, I gave some challenges last week about facing fear. If you can identify probably 3 out of the 5 we spoke about, and face up to even 1. And if it's too much to take on, I said face up to even a small one. Probably somebody that you always pass and you don't call to for some reason. Probably because you're shy, still fear. And I said, make a change. Say good morning or good afternoon to that person then. Probably, I don't know, something. I would love to know, because I love interaction. Hallelujah. Welcome, Lenny, I see you. I would love interaction. I'd like to hear if you were able to take the challenge. Lenny, I'm watching you. I see you. All right. So let's recap a bit on fear. Fear is not necessarily the innate fear that's holding us back, that we're born with. No, it's not that. It's usually the acronym with FEAR, which is false evidence appearing real. False evidence appearing real. That's what we spoke about last week. And we say when that illusion come over and our minds play a trick on us, We tend to forget everything and run, which is another acronym. And if it is, you're not that complacent and you're not that fearful, and you really want to step out and take the challenge and push yourself, stretch yourself, then you can always face everything and rise. Now, we mentioned 5 main fears that we have in our lives. 5 main fears we have in our lives. And the first one was the fear of failure, where we said that that's the number one blockage in us. You don't think you did, Lenny? Come on now. It's the number one blockage to our personal success. The fear of failure. We'll fail and we'll feel that, oh my God, the world ends. Foolishness. Facing our fears help us to admit. First, facing your fear, you must admit to it. Admit to your fear. Saying, yes, I'm scared, but I'm going to do it anyway. That's one of the punchlines that I push out there and I sing like an anthem. Yes, I'm scared, but I'm going to do it anyway. Facing our fears, it gives us the knowledge of something new. Because when we think we fail, I don't believe in failure, but when we think we fail, it's actually new knowledge. Because you stretch yourself, you challenge yourself, and it's something good. Hi, welcome, Verona. All right, you need to appreciate these experiences and not just sit in that low self-esteem. Look, self-esteem is a part of us, you know, but it's how you view it, it's how you value it. All right, we talk about the fear of success, so that was the fear of failure. We talk about we fearing success because of how we're socialized, and as such we feel that we don't deserve it. We don't deserve success. All right, and because of that, we don't push ourselves and go out and realize our potential. We will hold ourselves back because of how much we are afraid of it. So the fear of success is for everybody. We were born and created to be great. So there's no need to fear success. All right? So don't let the false evidence appearing real, that illusion, that mind, those voices in our head playing tricks on us, hold us back. Success is for everybody. Everybody. It's just that we all have our phase. You understand? We all have our timing. You can work at it, but if it's not your time, honestly, I strongly believe that it's just not your time. But that doesn't mean you're not to set the pace or the standard to accomplish it. All right, so you keep working at it. All right? Know that changes come whether you succeed or you fail. So why not try and succeed? Who knows? You might just try and hit the bargain right there at one go. Some of us work overtime tirelessly, and it takes years before it comes. All right? Do what you love when it comes to success. Do what you love. Make sure you're genuinely loving it and your heart is in it. All right? Because if you're not feeling it, you're not going to put your all. And then when you come up to blockages, you're going to just stop. So when it comes to success, do what you love. Do what you love. You love as long as it's not harming you as an individual or anybody else. We spoke about fear of rejection. Oftentimes that rejection stems from our inner childhood situation or issues that we have to face and heal. We have to face and heal these rejection, whether from parents, a loved one such as probably a sibling, a brother, a sister, a cousin, an aunt, I don't know. But oftentimes we have that inner child issue of fear of rejection dealing with. We can do well and cover it up. But there are times when it just come out. Whether in anger or frustration, or we just snap and get mad, there's rejection or something there dealing with internally and we need to sort it out or find it out. If it is that we have these chronic emotional issues, I recommend professional help. There's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong in seeking help. Nothing. All right? Fear of rejection is quite obvious of all the fears because sometimes you see it reflected in or the things that we're addicted to, such as alcoholism or drugs or smoking. These things, some internal issue going on that we need to deal with. Right? How we overcome this? Know that you can't please everybody. Accept yourself for who you are. You can't please everybody. Whenever you're going to stretch yourself, take on the challenge as an exercise, a trial and error exercise. Don't get yourself too attached to whatever it is you're doing. It's hard not to get attached because we all want people to love us. But there are times when you have to put a barrier between what you're doing and you as an individual. So that when you get those critical feedback, you don't take it personally. Alright? We talk about the fear of mediocrity. This is when you think that you don't have a special skill or talent and you're not good enough and that person is way better than me and all these things. Stop it. Foolishness. We all have our own special gifts and talents that we need to exude and put out there to bless people with. It's all about you now, finding your skill and your talent. Finding your purpose in this lifetime. We all ain't got the same gifts and talents, but each one help one. Your gift might just assist me in getting a message or a word out there to assist another brother or sister. What is it you're called to do? What's your purpose? Follow your North Star. Alright? Whenever you come up with the fear of mediocrity, just stop, like I tell you, stop, pause, take a deep breath. Whoosah, get centered, and you go again. Put it out. You go. Yes, sometimes in the middle of doing an event or a task or an assignment, a presentation, and the fear just kick right in. And you're like, as for me, the devil is a liar. That's always my shut up point. The devil is a liar. And believe me, those voices stop for me. I don't know what worked for you. Alright? So we need to identify these fears. There's also the fear of risk. Why we don't want to take risk, I don't know. Because again, we don't want to be humiliated. We don't want to be talked about in a negative light. People pleasing. We want to please everybody. Alright? Les Brown says, the graveyard is the richest place on earth because there you will find the hopes and dreams that were never fulfilled. And it's true. Because we're afraid to take risks and chances, we go to the grave with all our gifts and talents. Foolishness. Find your purpose. Know what you can do to bless not just yourself, but your family and your loved ones. And bless others. We were sent here to bless each other. To help out each other. So overall, fear is not a bad thing. Because we're born with that emotional response. So that when there is anything of probably attacks or any situation that we should be scared of, it taps in. And it kicks in. And it's a good thing. It's just that we always allow the acronym false evidence appearing real take control. And that's where now that we're held back in an imaginary box. Crazy. The little thing that we give our power to. Alright? Fear protects us. But it also holds you back. So we need to stop letting these little things and emotions hold us back from giving up ourselves and being true, showing our true potential, loving, living, and just enjoying life. This week we're going to talk about doubt. And that's a wrap up for the recap last week. So this week we're going into doubt. Doubt I classify as a sister of fear. Now, there are three main types of doubt. You have temporary doubt, you have persistent doubt, and you have permanent doubt. Are you me talk about Robin? Are you me now? Of course, I swear when I was writing this, I was thinking about you. Yes, Robin, it's you. Temporary doubt, persistent doubt, and Lenny, me calling out Lenny too. Yes, and permanent doubt. No, temporary doubt is like short-lived doubts. Short-lived doubts, right? So it lasts for a limited time. For example, say for instance you're used to providing for yourself. It's all about you, and no one is helping you. You alone going through the rut. And say for instance you're probably a single mother. You have all the bills, you won. And you have this friend, whether male or female, that work, say at a phone company. Alright? And you need a phone, you really need a phone. But you don't have the money to buy it. This is just an example of temporary doubt that I'm giving. And you really don't have the money to buy it. And your friend realized that you need a phone. So your friend said, listen, your birthday's coming next week Monday, so I'm going to bless you with a phone. Of course you get all excited. You get excited, you're happy you're going to get a phone. And then, don't just keep writing. I'm not used to being gifted. I'm not used to getting anything. I have to work hard for what I want. I have to buy everything off on my own. I mean, this is a trusted friend. A friend that always come through for you, there for you, but yet still you doubt. Temporarily you doubt. You get optimistic again, you're happy, you can't wait till next week Monday, and then doubt kicks in. We always allow this fear, this emotional fear and response to kick in. And not until you actually see the phone in your hand, then you realize you get it and you stop doubting. That is an example of temporary or short-lived doubt. Another example is with Mary, biblically speaking. When Mother Mary was visited by the Archangel Gabriel, and he told her about her conception, and she'll be pregnant and all these things, she never believed. He even said, all right, I don't believe. Go on to Elizabeth. Elizabeth is our 90-year-old cousin. She's already 6 months pregnant at 90 years old. Mary didn't believe. After Gabriel spoke to her, she went and visited Elizabeth. She went and she saw Elizabeth with her belly at 90 years old. Even then, yes, she believed to some extent, but then afterwards she left, she doubted. She doubted until she got pregnant. When she got pregnant, even Joseph, her spouse at the time, he started doubting, even though he was visited by Angel Gabriel and warned of the situation. He doubted too, because even then, under the quiet, he was planning to put Mary aside, thinking that she was illicit or promiscuous. I don't know. But until Gabriel came back and spoke to him in a dream and said, listen, she's a spouse, I warn you of this. Well, in my terms, she's a spouse, I warn you of this. This is the situation. Don't put her away. Take her as your wife. So how often do we allow the temporary doubt to kick in whenever we are going to do something great or accomplish something in our lifespan? Doubt shows itself in the form of lack of faith. So when you're lacking in faith, whether in yourself or in others or a situation, that is doubt as well. We lack faith in self in terms of we think that we are not good enough, we're incapable. Only some people can do certain things, as I mentioned before. And I don't have that skill set. So that's where doubt kick in and hold us back. We lack faith in others, probably because we have invested so much time, effort, and energy in people, and they always fail us. They fail us. Talk true, they fail us. Alright? And because of that, you just withdraw. You withdraw. But that's not a good thing. We must still go, we must still give. We're called to give and serve. And then we lack faith in situation. For instance, you don't know about a given situation and persons are telling you to go out and do it and you're uncomfortable doing it. You don't know. You have never seen the result of it. You don't want to partake of it. You don't want to partake of it. And as such, you lack faith in doing what you're supposed to do. Just like you are called to step out. You're called to step out and really test your true potential. And because of the unknown, the uncharted zone that you're now going to enter to, you don't want to do it. So you lack faith in the situation. Just know that wisdom is the wealth of the wise. Wisdom is the wealth of the wise. Make note. Now, we're going on to persistent doubt quickly. This is when you have like an obsessive compulsive disorder. When you have obsessive thoughts, like for example, every 5 minutes you have to go and check the door. Check the door, check the windows, make sure everything is locked up because what? You're fearful. Fearful that somebody may break in, harm you and all these things. This is really chronic though. And when you're on that level, you really need to seek help. Like seriously. Alright? Persistent doubt can be broken down into double-mindedness. Double-mindedness is when you overcome the initial fear and you challenge yourself finally, and in the middle of the task, like I tell you, or your experiences or your presentation, doubt kick in. And then you start doubting yourself. So initially to go up and do the thing, you overcome that initial fear. And now you get a double-minded reaction in the middle of the task. And the best way to do that is to shut that voice up in your head. And my method is the devil is a liar. Or you can just outright say stop it. Later on you'll see that. Persistent doubts reflects also in the form of self-doubt. When you doubt yourself, you think you're not capable. Or you think, I'm not good enough as mentioned before. So you see, notice all of these things add up and it's basically repeating itself. For example, Moses doubted that he was capable of leading the Israelites out of Egypt. Even though him see the works of the Creator, and him see all of that, God even talked to him one-to-one, him still doubting. Alright? Self-doubt because we just think that we're incompetent, we think that we're not good enough, we just think, and we need to get out of that box, we need to get out of it, like seriously people, we need to push ourselves and challenge ourselves. We need to be that go-getter. We can't sit back, laid back, so everybody strive and you. No, come on now. We're on a mission. And a mission that we have to complete. We need to change the frame of mind, reset our thinking, renew our strength and our spirit, move forward. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to push you, to challenge you. So Robin, Lenny, Verona, who need to take the challenges? We're Richard Flex. Alright, we need to push ourselves and be that go-getter. Do it, if not for yourself, then do it for your future generation. Do it for your children. Do it for your grandchildren. Because if you carry on the generation curse, like I identify mine. Mine is lacking finances. There's always attack on money when it comes to my family. So you need to identify your generation curse. And we need to mash it up and break it. We need to get rid of it. Because it's going to be handed over to the poor people in the next generation to face. And if it's so tiresome and hard for us now, can you imagine the future generation having to deal with that? Come on now. Speak to me. Alright? So, we see persistent doubt reflected in earnest questioning too. Oftentimes, that's really considerate and acceptable to some extent, because earnest questioning is when you're genuinely questioning someone or a situation because you just want to know the truth. You want to be able to make a conscious decision. Alright? Earnest questioning, it gives you that better understanding. If things go wrong when you're doing these things, and questioning genuinely to know, there's nothing wrong with it. It humbles you. Don't feel humiliated. You just need to know. Alright? A lot of us question God's existence. Is Father God real? And all these different beliefs out there. And sometimes people's situation in life, because we can't judge them. We're not judgmental here. People's situation in life cause them to really doubt at times. Because even we sometimes question God. Because we have been through such a rough phase in our life that we have to ask, "Oi, Mr. Big Man, are you real? What is happening here?" Me do it. I am guilty of it too. Alright? It's just that now I'm at a level that I can accept and appreciate that He is real and He exists. There's not a lot of people up there yet. You understand what I'm trying to say? So earnest questioning, yeah, you question, just like Nicodemus questioned Christ in the Bible. He goes to him at night and questions him because Nicodemus did not want his friends, who are also non-believers, to see him going talking to this man. But yet still, Christ was doing some teaching and saying some stuff that he connects with, and he wanted to genuinely know. Even the Apostle Paul in his life at one time says that his view on life is blurry. Yes? So that doubt kicking right there. So even these great people question and doubt. Alright? So there's nothing wrong. It's just that how you handle it when it comes. You understand? What you do? Do you settle with it and sit with it, or get up and go again? You understand what I'm trying to say? Then now we move into permanent doubt. So we cover temporary doubt, persistent doubt, and we've gone into permanent doubt now. And this is when you're stuck in your way. You're not change your mind. You're determined, and this is what I know. And this is the know-all. Don't bring any facts to me or anything. This is me setting in my way. Alright? So that is permanent doubt. It doesn't matter the facts you bring or the proof. They don't want to hear of it. Alright? That is it. It's hard skepticism. Alright? So that is when you doubt about the truth of something. Such as, people will often say, as Christians, some of you are blind faith. When you close off and you don't want to hear anything against Christianity. When by right, you're supposed to be open to discussion, open to reality, open to facts too. And if we're wrong, we must admit, so we're wrong. You understand me? But at the end of the day, though, there are persons out there like that. And as such, permanent doubt is also reflecting something called blind skepticism. So you have blind faith, and you have blind skepticism, right? And that is the level like when you say you're wrong and you're strong. And nobody cannot change you. Right? That's a position where you say you don't want to be confused by anybody else's belief. Even though, as I said before, the proof that's exactly it. You're hardwired in doubt. You belittle and dismiss anybody else's opinion. Alright? Now, there's an article online entitled The 5 Feet Away. 5 feet away. Alright? They tell us that there are oppressive doubt as well. And that is when it doesn't leave. That kind of doubt don't leave any room for miracles. That means they don't believe in miracles, impossibilities, and the beauty. They talk about fallacious doubt as well, right? And that's when you have like a mistaken belief, but they don't believe or they can't explain the heart or love or even memory or the world. And those are the types of permanent doubts. You have also the hypocritical doubts, right? And they are the ones that ridicule you, tear you down on your opinion and your beliefs, and want to say, oh, you're so naive. But yet still, they don't see their own short-sightedness. They don't see how they are lacking in knowledge, but they want to pinpoint you. You know, take the beam out of your eye first. They don't believe in that. They want to point you out. All right, they're not open to discussion. My grace is sufficient for you. 2 Corinthians chapter 12. So basically, doubt here is basically biblically. It's on the biblical teaching, on the biblical side. So we see where they said, own your calamity. Own your failures. I don't believe in failure. It's just a lesson learned. Own it and celebrate it. All right? Because when you are weak, that's when you know your strength. That's when you're strong. So own it. Don't beat on yourself. Don't fight yourself. Don't call yourself stupid and all of that. It's all norm here in Jamaica to beat on ourselves and say you're stupid like and all these things. No, don't do it. We need to change our language about self or to self. All right? So own your trials. Learn your lesson. See it as a lesson. Someone hurt you. What I do when people hurt me, I reach that level in life now where I don't hate them. I try to readily forgive them. Sometimes it burdens you so. It burdens you so. So I don't hate and hold on to grudge and let them go. But I try to say, you know what? This person, you hurt me. You come into my life, you hurt me. There must be a lesson why you come to hurt me. And what is that lesson? The moment I identify that lesson, I'm able to fully let go of this person and the hurt that they did to me. But you have to understand what is it they come into your life to teach you. Because everybody come to teach you, whether good or bad lesson. All our experiences in life is to teach us. And so that we can rise to another level. All right? In the program or the training that we're undergoing. So whether it's good, remember this, whether good or bad, persons come into our lives to teach us lessons. Accept it. Just quickly identify what the lesson is so that they can move on. Forgiveness is for yourself, not so much for the other one or the other man. Alright, so in a nutshell, oftentimes we hear that troubling, persuasive voice in our head. Just know that is the enemy coming to hold you back. You need to silence it. Silence that voice. As me, as I tell you, I use the devil is a liar. And step out and get busy. Get busy by getting involved, talking to somebody, anything. Just to distract myself and that voice. I'm not going to get it into me, to eat at me, so that I shy away from my challenges. Conquering Doubts, a positive blog by Henrik Edry says that stop that voice in your head. Just like I said, stop it. Stop it right here. Nip it in the bud. My method is to say, the devil is a liar. Stop it. And as quickly as it shut up, go and get busy, just like I said. Don't let them spin out all these tales and lies. That's the voices in your head now. Don't let it discourage you. Because oftentimes they show up in the middle of when you're doing something that you're fearful of. So you need to find a way to maneuver and control those voices in your head. Those disrupt thought and pattern, you need to monitor. You need to control it. Number 2, how to conquer doubt? Look to the past and engulf in the memories, bask in the memories of the past and be real about it. But at the end of the day, you ask yourself, how many times when I doubted myself or feared something bad would happen, did that negative thing really come true? How many times? Because oftentimes when you're to do something and you doubt here, all these fears comes in. Oftentimes, when you challenge yourself and push yourself, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. And you're like, oh my God, I'm that much afraid of? Was I really afraid of this? Yes. How many times? So first, you stop the voices in your head. That nagging and all that, saying this, that, the devil knows that. Stop those voices. However way, mean, you can stop it. Let those thoughts disappear by getting busy, getting involved, doing something to entertain yourself and distract your mind, so that you have to force it to focus on what you're doing. Look at the past and engulf in its memory, bask in the memory and own it. And really question yourself and say, listen, after in time when I say, I'm not doing something because I'm fearful and all of that, when I look back and I do it and I take the challenge, it works out. So why should I fear? Number 3, talk to someone about it. Find somebody that is supportive. Not somebody who is a dream crusher, please, a negative Nancy, no. Talk to somebody who can support you, like genuinely and sincerely. Tell them about the voices. If it's chronic, because some of us really have some deep voices going on, then we need bigger help, psychological help. Seek it. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't get stuck. Number 4, don't get stuck in the comparison trap where you think, I am better than you and you is better than me because you have house and I don't have house and you have car and I don't have car. Listen, stop it. Again, the voice is at play. Do not compare yourself to people. Run your own race at your own pace. Focus on you. Alright? If it is you want to bless them up. Big them up with a clean heart. Focus on you, your race. Run your race. Especially when it comes to social media. When it comes to social media, we often go on just to see the hype and all these things and who is doing what, who is saying what. Be careful of it. Those things eat at you, pecks at you. And those are the things that cause you now to be belittled, feel like you're incompetent, you remain in the box, and you don't want to stretch yourself. A lot of them is just a facade they post anyway, and we all know that. Alright? Start keeping journals. So we're talking about how we conquer doubt. And it goes with fear. Because you know, doubt and fear and confusion goes hand in hand. Next week, I'll speak about confusion. Alright, so start keep a journal. Log stuff. And be realistic about it. Alright, we're not going out of mind and fabricate things. Just be real. Today at such and such a time, I did such and such a thing. This is how I felt. Log stuff. Remember the positive things and success as well in your life. I will push for you to log more of that. Push more to log positivity. I believe in positive thoughts, positive words, and then you'll get the positive action. Alright? Push more. If you're prone to always remembering negative stuff, then contradict it with the positives. Contradict it with the positive. Yeah? Gain clarity more easily when time you do journal. You get clarity. So when you go back and you read, you understand, oh, so this and this and this and this is what happened, and now in the future, I can connect what happened in the past with what's happening in the future. So again, clarity. Alright? And listing the pros and the cons help. When you're able to list the pros and cons and what happened, you're able to know, get a different perspective and push yourself forward into what you truly want to do and become. So journalism help. Remember, people don't care much about what you do or what you say because they're too distracted with themselves and their lives. Alright? So when you're focused on people and what people ever do and say, who knows? I challenge one owner to come and start the live as well. Don't be distracted on what people do and what people say. They're too focused on their lives. But there are some people who set out to harm you and they will watch you and try to pick some negative stuff to tear you down with. Don't pay them any mind. Take it as critical feedback and use it. Use it to push yourself, propel yourself forward. Alright? What someone said or did at the time when they did it, it doesn't mean that they're attacking you, so you need to tell yourself that. The attack is not necessarily on me as an individual or on you. Probably that person is going through a phase in their life. And that's when they just snap. Alright? They have something, a burden carrying through. And upon carrying that burden, you go say the wrong thing at the wrong time and they just took out their problem on you. So don't take it personal. Although it hurts like hell, don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. Alright? When they calm down, you can always go to them and say, boy, you said so and so, you did so and so, and I really felt away, and I really would like to know where it's coming from. Alright? So, he's asked about the little things that you use to conquer doubt and fear. Boost your optimism. If you have somebody with high energy and always on a hype, entertain yourself with that person. Go around them, hang around them. You understand me? So that you can always uplift yourself and get going. Spend 20 minutes listening to audiobooks or reading a book. There's nothing wrong with that. And you can listen to people like Les Brown. I always listen to Les Brown because when I listen to him, he empowers me so much. Recently, I've had it, Brian Tracy. These people are great to shift your energies. You understand what I'm saying? So listen to motivational speakers and all these people. You can view your setback as temporary. That's another conquering method. View your setback in life as temporary. Setback allow you to view things in a negative way, yes? And it becomes your new normal if you're not careful of what is it you're allowing in and the energies you're let coming in on you. And it can trap you into thinking that there's no point in continuing whatever it is you're doing or taking action. Foolishness. Stop it. Remember, you as an individual is not failure. Not because you fail, you're not failure. Setback happens when you're living your life to the fullest. You get up, you get out, you take a challenge, and you may become setback some way in the way. Alright? But don't view it as you as an individual being failure and you're not going to take action. It's because you challenge yourself. You step out of that imaginary box. You push yourself. And upon pushing yourself, you come to a little setback. That's nothing. Continue pushing forward. Alright? Setback, yes, though can be seen as a negative light, it can be powerful because it's how you interpret it. Use it to propel you forward, like I said. You step out of your comfort zone, you love the feeling, but you come up against a little blockage. Nothing is wrong with that. All we come up with blockage. And it's how you handle it. It's how you view it. Don't beat on yourself about it. We often get angry when we're to handle doubt due to lack of motion. We're not doing anything to conquer it. So we get angry at ourselves, we beat on ourselves. You're so stupid, why didn't you do that? Now look at the result. If I had only taken that risk and that chance, I would be a better person. It only makes you feel worse. It only makes you feel worse. Stop beating up on yourself. You're only human. Alright? We all have these issues dealing with. Alright? So just take a deep breath. Whenever you come up against self-doubt and fear and confusion, as I said, center yourself. Take a deep breath and just push yourself forth. Alright? What step can I take to move forward? Whenever you come up to these things, what step? What method can I take to move forward? And we need to learn that if it is your love or you're passionate about certain things in life, get the skill mindset and the skill in and of itself. The skill mindset and the skill in and of itself to fulfill that purpose. So for instance, you find yourself you love advising people, mentoring people, empowering people, and you want to become like a life coach. Go and read books, get educated, get the skill, get whatever it you need so that you can perform at your best when it comes to serving others in that area. You want to be a nurse, go to school, get that degree or whatever it is you need, that skill set, all right, to become that nurse or that teacher. Read books about the topic, do your research, educate yourself, and you go out and you serve and deliver according to what you love, what you're passionate about. Number 12, in terms of conquering doubt and fear, celebrate small wins. Celebrate. So for instance, for years you sit down and you're not exercising. And out of the blues this afternoon, when you're done watching this live, you just get up and for 20 minutes you go walk or you go jog. Celebrate it. It's a small win. Okay? You did something great. You did something out of the norm. Probably a little tiny thing you did. And you feel, I'm going to treat myself to ice cream for this because I deserve it. Go and treat yourself to the ice cream. Celebrate it. All right? Celebrate. Celebrate your small win. There is such a thing as course correct. When you're taking course correct, that is when in the process of doing what it is that you're doing, you have to correct yourself. Oftentimes we plan in details our future. We plan in details tomorrow. We plan in details everything. But it doesn't necessarily happen that way. So you can have a general plan for tomorrow's activities. But at the end of the day, know that sometimes you have to pivot. You have to recalibrate. You have to shift gears. You have to change a few things. So that's course correct. So be prepared to take course correct. And then you will be able to overcome all these doubts and fear if you follow these little steps. William Shakespeare says, our doubts are traitors. and they make us lose the good we often might win by fearing to attempt. All right? The harder the success is, the greater your confidence. So when you push yourself and you get that experience and you get that knowledge, you become more confident in yourself to take on even bigger and better tasks. All right? When doubts kick in whatever shape or form, acknowledge it. Own up to the doubt and say, boy, as I said with fear last week, yes, I'm scared, but I'm going to do it anyway. You can adapt it. I'm not going to stop singing it now, because every time you buck up fear or doubt, you're going to say, yes, it's true, you're here, fear, but guess what? I'm going to push on. I'm going to persevere. I'm going to do it anyway. All right? Let it propel you forward. Yes, I'm scared. I'm going to do it anyway. All right? So, wrapping up here. The cave you fail, according to Joseph Campbell, the cave you fail to enter, that cave, that's where your treasure lies. That cave that you fear and you don't want to go into because it's too dark, or you think that there are dry bones in it or too much duppy in it, that cave that you fear to enter, that's where your treasure lies. What is it you are afraid to challenge yourself with? What is it that you're afraid to take on? What is it you don't want to push yourself for because you don't know what will happen, what people will say, what people will think of you if you fail? That chance that you get, that's where your treasure is. Why you let people holding you back on their mouth? Why you let people holding you back? Why you let fear holding you back? Why you feel that you're so comfortable here, I don't need to do that there? That's where your treasure lies. Push yourself and go get your treasures. Push yourself and go and get your treasures. We're all born to be great. What is stopping you? What is stopping me? We need to admit it, own up to it. We need to admit it, own up to it, and conquer it. All right, my people? So from a heart of pure love and light, I want to say thank you so much for tuning in and have a great day. I challenge you, whatever the challenge was last week, to identify a fear, conquer that fear throughout the course of this week, and let us see how we can move forward next week with confusion. All right, I love you all. Thank you for tuning in. See you soon. Mwah.